Oh yeah, the webcam's on. That means that we are getting f***ing serious right now. And I apologize if you are going to hear bleeps through this video. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a rant. This is not a formalized, structured video that I usually do. So therefore, there will probably be a lot of swearing in this video because I'm me. And therefore, because I want to make sure this video still gets monetized, there's probably going to be a whole lot of bleeps. But before we really get into things here, I just want to say that I fully welcome disagreements on my channel. You guys have heard me in my videos tell you that I welcome you to either agree or disagree with me in the comment section down below as you leave your thoughts and opinions. Because if I'm going to sit here in this chair and share with you guys my opinions, then I think it would be pretty hypocritical not to offer the same respect back to you after the video is all said and done. And I understand that in this little subgenre of content that I like to make, that there's going to be a lot of disagreements because it's a very controversial and subjective area of entertainment, I would like to think. Especially given the fact that, you know, I particularly like to shit on Grand Theft Auto 3, a game that many people seem to enjoy for one reason or another. And I have no problem with anybody liking Grand Theft Auto 3. I want to make that very clear right now. I just don't like the game, okay? Okay, I don't like it. That's fine, okay? Is that fine? Is that fine with you? It's fine with me. Is it fine with you? That's mostly a rhetorical question, because I know it's fine with most of you. I've seen most of the comments. That's not why I'm here addressing most of you guys. I'm here to address just a little tiny fraction of the comments that I would otherwise ignore, but I just keep on getting the same f***ing comments over and over and over again. And usually, again, I would just ignore it, but it's p***ing me off that I have to keep on re-explaining myself so many f***ing times, and I don't want people to think that if I'm not responding to your comment, then you f***ing beat me in the argument because I don't feel like addressing your dumbass f***ing argument. So this right here is me addressing the f***ing argument just all at once, so that if anybody ever f***ing leaves this comment on my channel again, then you can be just redirected to this video. I'll try to share a link. We'll see if it f***ing sends, because you know how YouTube can be with links. But if I've sent you a link to this video, it's because you are one of the dumbass culprits who keep on leaving this dumbass comment. So what is the comment in question, you may ask? Well, it's very simple. Maybe a bit too simple because of how common it is. So common that I'm going to go ahead and leave one of the comments right here. I'll leave one right here. I'll put one right here. I'll put one above me if I can make room for it. I'm going to leave a few examples of this comment on the screen right now. You can pause the video if you'd like and read through. And of course, I'm going to blur their names as well, because I'm not going to give anybody attention that I don't feel like giving. And I also don't want them to receive any hate, even though, you know, I don't give a about the hate myself, but I'm not trying to send you any hate anybody else's way. I'm not that kind of guy. But the thing that all these comments have in common is that they're attempting to invalidate my opinions because of my age. According to all these people, and many others that I can't even fit on the screen, and to be quite frank, don't feel like filling my goddamn hard drive with screenshots of their ass comments, all these people seem to agree that you cannot have an opinion on a video game if you were too young to experience that video game when it came out. Or at least that's my interpretation of all these comments. So because of that, because I was born in the year 2000 and didn't have the cognitive sense to be able to pick up a DualShock 2, I know this ain't a DualShock 2, it's an Xbox controller, but I ain't got a DualShock 2 on me, come on, it's 2024. I could run out to my living room and grab one, but I'm analog stick's probably sticky as because it's been so many years since I've touched a goddamn PS2 controller. I miss those things. Alright, apart from that little tangent, apparently because I was too young to be able to play Grand Theft Auto 3 when it first came out in 2001, that somehow that makes it so that I cannot judge the game in 2024. Or rather, if they can't even grasp the concept that I'm judging it in 2024, if they're trying to just say that I'm judging it as a game in and of itself, like, because I wasn't there when the game originally came out, because I didn't get to experience the cultural bubble in which it, you know, came out in, that I am therefore not allowed to ever make any sort of judgment on this game. So that means that even though I played Vice City around the time when it came out, granted I didn't really play too much of it because I was only 2 years old when it came out, and before San Andreas came out I was about 4 years old. And also, despite the fact that I have been playing San Andreas since I was 4 years old, 4 years old, let's not talk about 4-year-olds now. Sorry, you'll have to excuse my stutter, I'm a bit worked up right now. But despite the fact that I've been playing these games since I was a freaking child, that means that I cannot have an opinion on Grand Theft Auto 3. Okay, fine, let's play by your rules for a second, okay? So I can't have an opinion on Grand Theft Auto 3 because I was only 1 year old when it came out. Okay, what year were you born in? Were you born in 1970? Because unless you were 11 years old or so when Donkey Kong first came out, I'm talking about the original Donkey Kong, by the way, a game that I've actually thoroughly enjoyed playing at my local pizzeria, waiting for my food to get done. I remember, like, after school, my aunt would take me there, put a couple quarters in the arcade machine. I played the hell out of that game. I used to try to get the high score. But unless you were playing it when that game was the most popular thing on the market, then you cannot form an opinion on goddamn Donkey Kong. Or for that matter, you can't f***ing have an opinion on Galaga, or Pac-Man, or Tetris, or you know what, you can't even talk about Pong, dude. Unless you were the 1974 high school Pong champion, you cannot form a single opinion on the game, because you weren't around when the game was out, right? Or how about this, let's not talk about the f***ing popular, you know, classics. Let's move on to a bit of a, more of a culty game that, you know, people have rediscovered in the past few years. I saw AVGN make a video, or I rewatched his video on this recently, so that's why I'm bringing it up. But The Town with No Name. We know this game for the Commodore, whatever the hell, certainly well before my age. But you're telling me that unless you were born in 1980, that you cannot dislike this game that I have somewhere around here? You see this thing? This looks like a piece of shit. You're telling me that you can't have a goddamn opinion. If you sat down and played this for 5 hours straight somehow, I sure as hell am not gonna do that. I value my sanity too much. But you're telling me that if you sat down and played this game for 5 hours, that you couldn't say it's a bad game because you weren't around when that game was the most popular thing on the market, if there ever even was such a time? And for that matter, why stop at video games? Let's talk Game of Life or Monopoly. Were you around in like 1920 when Monopoly came out? Whatever the hell it even did? Were you around back then? No? Okay, then I guess you can't have an opinion on whether you like or dislike the goddamn game Monopoly. Or how about this? Were you around in negative or 700 BC when they invented chess? You know? Can you have an opinion on chess? Because you were not there when it was hitting the streets like crack, dude. Back in my day, it wasn't the video games corrupting our youth. It was chess, dude. And if you weren't around back then you cannot have an opinion on it. Let's go even further. Why stop at games in general? Let's talk about historical events. Can you dislike Hitler? Like, I don't think you need to be 90 years old to know that Hitler was a bad guy. Can you not dislike the number 7 because you weren't there in the 5th or 6th century, according to Google, when Arabic numerals were invented? Because I'll tell you what, I'm terrified of 7. Doug the Dog 6 is afraid of 7 because 7 ain't motherfucking 9. Oh, what's this? You have a master's degree in world history? Gee, that's awesome, but unfortunately you weren't there when Genghis Khan was spreading the bubonic plague around Europe, so therefore you can't have an opinion on the guy. And that's not to call myself a intellectual about Grand Theft Auto 3 either. That's not to call myself some guy who like went to 8 years of college to figure out that this game sucks. But while I may not have been around at that time, I've done the research. I put a lot of research into all my videos so that I can acquire the knowledge necessary to make judgments on these games. And yeah, maybe I take it a little bit too seriously, but I want to give the most accurate information that I possibly can. I'm not trying to slander Grand Theft Auto 3. I'm willing to give it its due, and I have given it its due while I explain that yes, while it was a great game back then, it's not a great game now. I don't find enjoyment playing it, and I apologize if that offends you. But you know what? I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe only when it offends you that I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Because I'll tell you what, I never saw one single comment telling me that I'm too young to have an opinion to judge Grand Theft Auto 4 or San Andreas or Vice City Stories on any of the videos that I made about those games. And for that matter, on my Liberty City Stories video, I never got one single comment saying I'm too young to like Liberty City Stories, despite the fact that I really only played it for the first time less than 2 years ago. And I say really only played it because I played it a tiny bit when I was a kid, so what, barely got a goddamn opinion on it, but I actually played through the whole game less than 2 years ago, and I thought it was a great game in 2023. So why the isn't GTA 3 a great game in 2023, or 2024, or 2025? Maybe it is actually, because the Definitive Edition just had a update, and I'll tell you what, stay tuned, we might have another GTA 3 video coming out soon. But yeah, I didn't get no comments saying that I'm too young to care for GTA 4, despite the fact that I did not play it when it first came out. I had to wait until 2011 to get my Xbox 360. I'm not gonna pull it, that's too much work. To get my Xbox 360 to play the thing for the first time. And I'm pretty young. One guy yesterday, I just had him commented saying that I was born in like 2005 or 2006, had no basis to say such a thing. Of course, I will give him this. He was just taking a guess. He admits that, but he guessed way wrong. But I don't see these going to my San Andreas video and assuming that I'm too young to make a judgment saying that it is the greatest video game of all time, and that is a statement I will stand by probably to the day I die. Let's see see how GTA 6 does, but I'll probably still be a GTA San Andreas fanboy till the end of my life, and I got no shame in that, bro. And same with my Vice City Stories video. I didn't get no comments telling me that I'm too young to like this game, even though I played it just like Liberty City Stories, played it for the first time like a year or two ago, and I didn't get these comments either on my Freedom Fighters video, my Thrillville videos. None of these videos that I've made in the past 2 or 3 years, I don't get these comments on anything else except for when I disagree with you. That's when you take issue with my opinion. That's when you say that I'm too young to have an opinion. Because I guarantee that if I said that GTA 3 was a great video game, if I said that I loved the game and it was my favorite game of all time, I guarantee these that say that I'm too young to have an opinion right now would be nowhere in sight, or they'd be praising me. They'd be saying that I'm Jesus because I got the long hair and the beard, and I'm you know, opposite of Jesus in the fact that I'm fat. But you get the point. They'd be praising me. They'd be saying, dude, I love this guy. He has my same opinions. This guy's awesome. But no, because I disagree with them, apparently I'm Satan. So okay, maybe that's going to stretch too far. But apparently I'm not allowed to have a opinion because I disagree with you. Okay, and I apologize for getting so worked up here. This isn't the kind of video I was planning on making. I wasn't even planning on having another video come out until December. I'll talk about that more in a second as well. But I don't know, man. This has just been pissing me off. I love reading your comments. I understand that mixed with the comments there's going to be hate comments, and I'm fine with the hate, dude. It's funny reading these who want to insult me because I disagree with them. That's actually really funny for me to read. But it's these pseudo-intellectuals who think they're making a point by commenting the exact same that 5 people today have already commented before them, and 20 people yesterday have already commented before them. It's when it continues to add up that people keep on making this exact same bogus-ass claim that it starts to tick me off just a little bit. Apparently so much so that I felt the need to make this video, interrupt my plans for this series of videos that is going to be releasing in December, to make this video, take a little detour, and make this rant. But it's okay, I like being angry sometimes. I like getting the anger off my chest. It makes me feel good. Yeah, to be honest, I think this is actually pretty therapeutic. This is a nice little venting session. I hope you guys have been enjoying this video so far. If you have, leave a like on it. But for closing statements here, I'm not going to drag this out any longer. Like I said, I usually wouldn't entertain an idea like this. I wouldn't entertain these comments. I would just let it slip, but it's just been getting under my skin a bit. I feel the need to make a video like this just to, I don't know, either for my sanity or just for and giggles, I guess. Whatever the narrative it is, I guess. We're gonna pretend that sentence actually made sense, okay? Don't expect another video like this for a while, because like it takes a bit to get me to this point, and I really don't want to like fill my channel with videos like this. This is a one-off thing that I have no intention. I say I have no intention of doing it again. We'll see what the future holds, though. Chances are I'm gonna get worked up again at some point, and we'll see another one of these. Who knows? Hopefully we don't get to that point, but it's the internet, man. We're gonna get hate comments. It's part of the job, you know. I've accepted that. It is what it is. I have no issue with the hate comments. I would prefer if they didn't come in, but you know, it's gonna happen. I can't stop it. It is what it is. It's just the dumbass comments that actually piss me off, to be honest. That's the thing that grinds my gears. But the bottom line is this, okay? I don't care if you like Grand Theft Auto 3. I don't care if you think it's the greatest game of all time. Well, I do kind of care, actually, because I do care about your opinions. I do like reading your opinions. But, like, it doesn't matter to me whether or not it is your favorite game of all time. That makes zero impact on my view of it being a good game or not. So just as my opinion shouldn't matter to you, your opinion doesn't matter to me. I'm just here sharing my opinion because I feel like doing it, and I do it in a well enough format to where people actually enjoy watching and hear my opinions, and that's just something that I like to do. If you have a problem with that, then get the out of here, dude. I don't give a shit. Get lost. And also, just gonna preemptively put this in here, because I know I'm gonna get these comments as well. I don't care if GTA 3 was good in 2001. Again, as many have pointed out, I wasn't there when the game was popping off, but I understand how revolutionary it was. I understand that if we didn't have GTA 3, we wouldn't have Vice City, we wouldn't have San Andreas, wouldn't have the Stories games. Excuse me, wouldn't have GTA 4 or 5, wouldn't have Red Dead 1 or 2, wouldn't have goddamn Bully, wouldn't have maybe Manhunt, I don't know. We wouldn't have any of these games. We wouldn't have later games, like outside of Rockstar, like the Driver game. Well, we would maybe have Driver, but like probably not, we wouldn't have like as good a driver games as we ended up having. We probably wouldn't have gotten Saints Row. We probably wouldn't have, Fallout probably wouldn't have evolved into what it became with Fallout 3. Probably still be the fucking, whatever the hell Fallout 1 and 2 was. I don't know, I don't play Fallout. But I understand that GTA 3, it was a good game in 2001. It was revolutionary. That doesn't make a good game in 2024. And before you say, you know, how dare you judge by today's standards? I'm judging by today's standards because I'm f***ing playing it today, dude. Look, this is another this is kind of falling in. This is a bit of an umbrella video now, I feel like, covering all the bases. But that's just another f***ing comment that I keep on getting. I guess I just wanted to quickly address it. Whatever, we're moving on from that now. We're gonna get into the end here. I also want to say that, like, I very much welcome disagreements on the channel. I said that, I think, at the beginning of this video. I'm saying it again. Because, like, if you have a valid f***ing reason for liking a game, please tell me. Like, I've genuinely enjoyed reading why so many people do like GTA 3. It has a lot of flaws, but people still f***ing like it, clearly for other reasons besides just nostalgia. And while we can agree to disagree on how good the game is, I still love hearing you guys tell me your perspectives and tell me why you think maybe GTA 3 is actually a good game, or maybe f***ing GTA 4 sucked, or maybe San Andreas sucked, whatever. Sure, San Andreas is my favorite game of all time. I'm not gonna f***ing hate you because you don't like the goddamn game. But I will happily f***ing discuss, like, these things with you guys if you are respectful to me, and I'll be respectful back. Like, we can have disagreements, we can talk in the comments, or on my Discord server. That'll be linked probably in the comments or in the description or something. Maybe I'll leave a f***ing link somewhere around here, who knows. But just, like, we can have disagreements. We can discuss why we like things or why we don't like things. Video games are a very subjective art. No one's going to agree on everything 100% of the time. But don't f***ing tell me that I'm not allowed to have an opinion when I put in the f***ing work to make sure that I can have an informed opinion. Yes, I was 1 year old when GTA 3 first came out, but that doesn't mean that I'm not legally allowed to dislike the f***ing game. And if you dare to invalidate my opinion because of something as insignificant as my age, then I am going to invalidate your f***ing opinion because you are just, to me, that tells me that you're a f***ing dumbass who is not even worth the time. And speaking of time, I am a very busy man right now. I have a list of videos planned to release for December. Speaking of which, yeah, you guys are going to be seeing a bit of advertisement for that here in the next couple of days, probably on my community posts. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. We'll actually see, I'm saying that now, we'll see when I actually get around to it. On Discord, I've been talking about it a whole lot. But basically, I have a whole series of videos planned for December. I'll give more details on it in community posts here in a bit, but that's why I haven't posted anything in November. I've been hard at work getting December ready. So if you enjoy my content, then I think you're really going to enjoy what I've got planned. So make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already so that you are able to catch those videos when they release throughout next month. And apart from that, I want to give a couple of shout outs here. First of all, of course, shout out to Wanderer. Just amazing dude from what I've seen. Motherfucker likes to remaster all the old GTA soundtracks, all the old GTA theme songs and shit. And those are the songs that I use in a lot of my videos. Probably not using it in this one because this is more of a rant. I'm probably going to use more YouTube generic audio library for this one. We'll see how it ends up going. But also, yeah, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to him if you enjoy GTA music. But also, I want to give another shout out to Lukey Skywalker 12, because this dude, after I said in the GTA 3 video earlier this month that if somebody could respectfully explain the GTA 3 story to me because I cannot understand it after my both playthroughs of it, then I'd be really appreciative. This dude respectfully explained his interpretation of GTA 3's story, and I respect the f*** out of it. He gave me a whole new perspective on it. I see GTA 3's story in a bit of a different light. I still, like, it, you know, he tried. But yeah, I really do appreciate him, like, leaving a comment and, you know, respectfully telling me his perspective on the story. Because, you know what, it has genuinely, like, you know, it made me see things a bit differently. Maybe GTA 3's story is a bit better than I gave it credit for. I still don't think it really is, but, you know, from his perspective, I can see how it may be. But with that, I am f***ing done here. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe to watch these videos next month. I don't even drink, but I need a f***ing drink. Y'all take it easy. Didn't have no beer, so I went and grabbed one of these instead. I'm really glad I didn't have no beer. That's just disgusting. This was barely tolerable. Holy fuck. That was a fucking challenge. Alright, y'all take it easy.